Sovereignty is a term used in esoteric circles so often it's almost become a buzzword that's divorced from any true meaning. The textbook definition is having the autonomy and independence necessary to manage your own relationships, and that's certainly part of it. But when used in a spiritual sense, the meaning of personal sovereignty is actually far more profound. So today I wanted to explore this topic in a bit more detail. And of course, being who I am, there will be an associated ritual as usual. Now, the associated ritual, I usually have that near the end of my videos, but today we'll be breaking that convention as portions of that ritual will be utilized to dive into the topic at hand. So without further ado, we'll just hop right into the ritual, which I call the Declaration of Sovereignty. And I use it as a precursor to other defensive measures whenever I'm under spiritual or psychic attack. So therefore, if you watched my video on the different types of magic, you know it falls into gray magic. If you don't know what I mean by that, then please go back and watch my Understanding the Spectrum of Magic video. Anyhow, I'm also going to assume that you've completed any preliminary prayers and rites beforehand, such as, whether you do the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram, Psalms 91, what have you. I'm going to assume that all that has already been completed and you've now reached a defensive portion of your working. By this point, you should already be in a place where you can see and feel the energy easily. And it works best if you're straddling the boundaries between the physical and astral realms. If you're not to that point and working with energies yet, that's fine. You can still use this ritual, but eventually you'll want to get to that point because it will work a lot more effectively there. To begin with, you'll want to form a triangle with your thumbs and index fingers and hold it roughly around your third eye. Um, Now, those familiar with psychic self-defense might already recognize this mudra, but if you're new to this, we're using a triangle because it creates a closed energetic circle, and in sacred geometry, it's a shape that not only repels negative energy, but also grounds your focus, which makes it like a great tool for defense. The classic way to make this triangle is like this. So you can certainly do that. I tend to make it like this. That's for personal reasons because there's other like personal mudras that I go through, not in this ritual, but it's just easier if I have it like this. So this is the way I'll be demonstrating it. But of course, like I said, if you want to do the classic mudra, then you can do it like that. So, but the way you can do it like this, my method, or like this, the classic. That may have been a little bit redundant, but we'll go with it. Anyhow, with the triangle then in front of your third eye, you'll want to visualize a flaming blue pentagram, a hexagram, a cross, or basically any other sacred symbol that resonates with you personally. But you'll want to take that symbol and envision it inside an energetic triangle of the same flaming blue color. Now you'll take a deep breath as you pull your power into yourself, and as you exhale, you'll see the energetic triangle, and I'm going to say pentagram because I use a pentagram, but you'll see the energetic triangle and pentagram expand. And when it reaches its full size, it should hover just about an inch or so in front of your body. And it should be large enough that the triangle surrounds you entirely. So like if you were to step into it, you could turn and move and be comfortable, if it was a, physical structure. Now, at this point is when you will recite a statement of personal authority. Um, the statement should be of your own wording, thus the use of personal. But keep in mind, we're not writing a dissertation here. It should be short enough and simple enough that you don't have to struggle to remember the words, but powerful enough that it resonates strongly within you. You might also find, as I did, that the statement of personal authority slightly changes over time, and that's perfectly fine. Your spirituality and your connection to the divine, I mean, honestly, it should be a living current that's free to grow and evolve. And that's what happened with mine. My statement of personal authority used to be slightly different. The main concepts are there, but I have expanded and built upon it. So I'll give you an example by using my own statement, which you can certainly use as a springboard. But again, you would want to personalize this for the greatest effect. That being said, my personal statement of authority, I start by stating my spiritual name. I am Spiritus Flumen. I am a warrior of the light. By divine right, I am master of my own domain. Here, my word is law, and I shall not yield. Now, you'll know you got a good statement of personal authority when you finish it or when you're doing it. I feel chills along my arms. So, that's a good indication that your statement is resonating, within you and your spirit, which means that it is also resonating within the astral. And that's basically it. Once you've said your statement of personal authority, again, with feeling, you can either keep the triangle and pentagram surrounding you, or you could even take a deep breath, step forward with your left foot as you exhale, and thrust your hands forward, sending the shapes flying out into the astral before turning to your other defensive measures. Now, this may not seem like much on the surface, but as I mentioned earlier, I want to dive a little bit more deeply into it, specifically in the second and third lines. By divine right, I am master of my own domain. No giggling from Seinfeld fans, please. And also, here my word is law. Now, each and every one of us has the power to dictate our own realities by consciously choosing how we perceive and interact with the world around us. And again, that is certainly one aspect of sovereignty, but let's view it in terms of the astral, the spiritual. The astral is often thought as a place separate from the physical that you have to energetically travel to. In reality, it's nothing more than just a different plane of existence. As spiritual beings, we inhabit both physical and astral planes simultaneously. And just as we have an aura that surrounds our physical body, we also have a perimeter in the astral realm that is uniquely ours. When casting a protective circle, for example, what you're truly doing is marking out that perimeter. It's similar to how you might put fencing around your home. And this sphere of consciousness that surrounds us in the astral, it surrounds us in our immediate spiritual environment. And by virtue of the divine spark within each person, we possess the inherent right to determine what is permitted within that domain. Now, there's more power in that last statement that might be apparent at first glance. For someone to spiritually attack you within the astral, they have to enter into your territory to do so. But you are the master of that domain. You and only you choose what to build there and who or what you allow passage into it. So someone only has power within your sphere of sovereignty if you allow it. Once you realize the truth of this, that means you can also choose to strip their power away when someone intrudes into your domain. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. This is true. Anything formed against you will dissolve into dust and ash by simply asserting your sovereign rule over your own domain. By the same token, however, because the intruder is within your sphere, anything you create will be very, very real to them. Now, defensively, this means that you hold all the cards, and they have absolutely none. You can strip them of their ability to form any energies or weapons against you, while simultaneously asserting your own. The key again is recognizing the power of your own sovereignty within your own God-given domain, and then asserting that power. It's very important. That's why I repeated it. I should note, however, that spiritual sovereignty does not imply dominion over others. Instead, it deals with stewardship over your own consciousness, energy, and immediate spiritual environment. So yeah, sovereignty entails so much more than the simple dictionary definition might imply. In a future video, some of you may have, caught the second line where I say I am a warrior of the light. When I just said that, it made me wonder if I misspoke earlier when I said that we were going to dive into the second and third lines. I think that's what I said. Should have been third and fourth, but that's a little bit of the perfectionist in me coming out, and it really neither here nor there for this video or the next. But yeah, I am rambling. As you can ask my wife, I am wont to do. Anyhow, a future video, I'm going to be diving into that second line. I am a warrior of the light, and we will discuss that in a little more detail. In case you missed it, also I just want to say real quick that I did complete the 8-hour sleep video that I had discussed in previous videos. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. So it turned out to be about 8.5 hours. In it, I do 3 repetitions of my Waters of Reconciliation ritual. If you don't know what that is, there is a video tutorial on this channel about what it is and how to perform it. It's a little long because I went into a lot of details, about 45 minutes. But so if you don't know what the Waters of Reconciliation is, that's how you can find out. Anyhow, I go into the Waters of Reconciliation video, like calling upon the 13 sacred names of God, invoking the archangels, doing the benediction for protections and purity. From there, it moves into a lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, which I include the sacred banishing geometries on screen of the pentagrams. Then it goes into the banishing ritual of the hexagram, again with the 4 different hexagrams, like being shown on screen. and then at that point it loops back over. All these are whispered ASMR style, and the video is designed so that you can have continual blessings and protections being put around you as you sleep through the night. So if that's something that you sound like you might be interested in, then certainly look for that video. Like I said, I got it finished. Very happy with it. Um, yeah, I think that's all the like channel announcements I have for now. So until next time, work on your own statement of personal authority. Assert that dominion over your own domain. And as always, walk in peace and light, my friends.